Hi, welcome to Quad Pod, episode 27. And as you can see on screen, we've got Mr. Simon Lane from HEL Performance. How are you today? Are you well?
Very good indeed. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me on.
Do you know what? We're super excited at Quad Pod. I think Exeter fans are super excited. But I really think that a community organisation like yourselves involved is brilliant. And well, we're going to ask about you, and then what we're going to do is talk about who sponsored Exeter in the past, because I've been a bit geeky, because people that know me know I can be a little bit geeky. I'm sure, by the way, I'm sure I've missed a few. So if anybody finds one I haven't done, then please contact me. So Simon, introduce yourself.
Right. Well, my name's Simon Lane from HEL Performance in Exeter. We're very proud to be an Exeter-based company. We make brake lines, brake products for motorbikes and automotive applications. So we've been based in Devon our whole lives, 26 years. I'm born and bred in Exeter. So one of our biggest things, our biggest achievements is that staying in Exeter. We now export to like over 90 countries around the world. So we've grown and grown and grown and grown, but it's really a privilege really to know that all of our stuff comes from Exeter and then is dispersed all around the world. It's a massive thing for me. So born and bred in Exeter, school in Exeter, always lived in Exeter, and HEL Performance has just grown and grown and grown over the years. We've got a very decent ethical standpoint in business. We look after recycling of materials. We like to, we've got like reels that our hose comes in on. So those are given to local schools, local communities, animal sanctuaries, all in the local area, just to help them out and just keep putting stuff back into the community, which is something we're really strong on. We manufacture everything in-house, which is quite different to everyone else. So all the stainless steel fittings, everything we actually make for people is made on our own CNC machinery, which is, some of it's in the background there. You hopefully can see it. So we actually make in-house, whereas most other companies will actually buy products in from abroad or from other areas. But we're very proud that we're made in Devon and we're made in Exeter. And that was where really that tie-in with Exeter City came from, or where it could for the future. But we make brake hoses, brake calipers, master cylinders, all things that are used in braking on a vehicle. We have always sponsored people like British Superbikes, World Superbikes, MotoGP. Our products have been on F1 cars, British touring cars. We've just finished the Isle of Man TT, so we're very successful out there. Our products were on the winning bike in every single race. I think we took 21 podiums out of 24. So yeah, we're doing well, and it's flying that Exeter flag. Really, it's really quite cool.
Do you know, it sounds amazing. And what are the most random countries you've been to or delivered to?
For us, Asia's a massive market, so we're selling amazingly back into places like China, where everyone thinks that would be where you would be copied, but actually there's a real kudos with a British brand in China, in Asia. Indonesia's massive for us, Vietnam's massive for us, China's very good. All around the world. And the bonus with that for us has been that maybe sometimes in the UK, our weather isn't great in the winter.
Yes.
At the moment, it's really lovely, but sometimes, so it gets quieter. And that's when our Australian distributor picks up, New Zealand picks up. So we've leveled that line really. So we get sales all through the year, really good.
That sounds absolutely amazing. Do you know what? I know nothing about motorcycling, you know that. But that's something quite cool about this relationship. Because I asked you about whether you would have many experience of Exeter City, and you were quite honest. Do you want to share your background and connections with Exeter City?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, my first input to Exeter City would have been with my granddad. So basically, my granddad lived at a place called Parr Close. So you get to the the roundabout at the end of, say, Sidwell Street, and there used to be, I don't know if they're still there, used to be like a hi-fi shop on the side, Richer Sounds, and you go up one side, you go up to the left and you've got St. James Park. That roundabout, if you go all the way round and go down to Clifton Hill, there's a place called Park Close. So it's literally 200 metres away from the gates of St. James Park. So as a child, I was taken there with my granddad, and if we weren't at the game, you could hear it from his house. So it's really quite nice. It was always a big part of our family. My granddad loved the football. My Uncle Ron loved football, played for a lot of teams in Devon. So there's always been a good family connection. Over the last few years, I've missed out on it as the growth of the company has meant that I normally haven't been in the country over weekends, much to my wife's disapproval. But we've built the company and we're in a position now where we can actually get back. But it was the real connection that Exeter City's got. And I don't know if it's for every football club, I'm not sure. But the best thing about it has been that connection. So when we walked down Sidwell Street on a Saturday as a kid, you would see all the fans coming up past the Duke of York, red and white shirts on, real pride in the shirt, real pride in the city, real pride in the club. And it's something that stayed with me forever. Just that noise, that belief in your club of what was going to happen over the next 90 minutes. And they just all make their way up Sidwell Street. It's like a procession on a Saturday for a home game. The noise, the excitement, the adrenaline, it's something I think sticks with you forever, really. So because my grandparents always lived in St. Sidwell's, there was a real big connection because my granddad was very proud of his St. Sidwell's connections. He was very proud of the fact that St. Sidwell's was basically the starter of Exeter City Football Club. I know they started out in green and white, he told me. I'm not quite sure about that, if that's true.
Yeah,
but St. Sidwell's, well, did they? They started out in green and white. Whoa, we don't like the sound of that. But it was, I think they played someone else like Exeter Athletic or Exeter United. They won that game, St. Sidwell's, and they were called the City Club or the Club of the City. And that's where that Exeter City name came from, which is quite good. So I've had all this history passed down to me from Uncle Ron, who knew everything about football, my granddad, who had that historical connection with St. Sidwell's. So it's quite cool. I've been told, and I don't know if this is true either, that it's where the name the Grecians came from, was the fact that St. Sidwell's was outside of the city walls. And in the city walls, people used to go a lot years ago, would see like Greek tragedies or Greek plays put on Cathedral Green. So the people inside were known as within the Roman walls. They were the Romans. So the outside of the walls wanted to be separated. So the St. Sidwell's were known as Grecians, the Greeks. And it was that separation of the Roman walls in Exeter that gave them the Grecians name. I don't know if that's true. Someone will probably text in and go, no, you're talking absolute rubbish. It was after Mr. G. Grecian, who was the original captain. I don't know. But this is what I was passed on. So I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm going with you. Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely. So all others are not right. So I think you're right.
Well, my Uncle Ron always said that. But the memories that were made back then, I don't know what it is about football, particularly. Rugby seems to have different ups and downs and lows, and the rugby fans will come and go, and they'll decide if their team isn't going where they get. But football fans seem to stay forever. It's this utter difference of those. You just want to be a part of it no matter what. And they've had incredible successes over the years at Exeter City, some really good times. And I think also actually that the bonus about when St. Sidwell's was started, it was started out as like a collective of the citizens, that when St. James Park was given over to St. Sidwell's, it was taken on by a collective of people, of the people of St. Sidwell's took it on. And now that it's become the trust for the last 20 years, that going back to the citizens club, that you own the club, we own the club.
We own our football club.
We own our football club, which is brilliant, and it's gone full circle over those 100-odd years, that it's actually owned by the citizens of Exeter again. And that strength, that do attitude, that no matter what's thrown at us, what animosity, whatever's thrown your way, the adversity will be overcome by the fans. That football club will continue. And my goodness, that's a lot of passion in the background. There's a lot of strength in the background, and it's not going anywhere.
It's just going to get stronger. I agree.
Absolutely.
And I can tell you really like community. It's an open question. Are you a member of the trust?
We are indeed. Yes, we've just joined as part of our sponsorship. We have joined. We met a lovely lady up at the club one afternoon who told me all about the trust, what it does, how it gets involved with the community. And I think that was the turning point for it, really, that when you found out all the things that go, most people would look at Exeter City and say it's 11 people against 11 people on a Saturday, and that's the tip of the iceberg. That is the brilliant. That's the goal. That's the champion of Exeter City. But there is so much that goes on behind. So in the past, we've sponsored the youth teams there. We had a chap that worked here, Ben Watmore. He's gone off to university now, but he still coaches some of the younger players. That bringing them through, that for the future. It's just a great place to be around.
Yeah, and I think we're safe because we worry about sponsors. By the way, I'm going to say my sound is awful, right? We are authentic. Yours is absolutely brilliant. So if you can hear me on repeat, I apologize. But in terms of community, I've got a couple of pictures here. This is how Premier League teams and who's sponsored by Adidas, which includes Fulham, Arsenal, Leicester City, Leeds United, obviously just relegated, and Man United. And then
it's massive. It's massive for the club. It's that kudos. It's that brand that wants to be attached to Exeter City. And the reason that they want to be attached to Exeter City is because of the way that Exeter City works and involves fans. I mean, they've had such a, I can't remember what it is, but it's like the fan interaction is probably the best in any of the leagues. It's right up there. And you're up against the people like Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United who have the money to be throw at these things. And Exeter City are right up there with fan engagement. It's brilliant to see.
And the good thing, this is a wheel of sponsors. I will put it on their Twitter account. Betting companies, 45%. Finance, 15%. Airlines, 10%. Technology, 5%. Telecoms, 5%. Online trading, 5%. But then automotive, 15%, which includes Lotus at Norwich City. I know that it's last year's, Everton and Aston Villa with Kazoo. So not being a betting company is a real positive. So thank you. And we fall in with the other fan-zone movement clubs, including FC United and Manchester, who don't have a sponsor. And we've taken a stance against it, betting.
Yep.
There's another positive with yourselves coming on. And we're supportive of mental health charities against betting. So, again, a little bit of information to make you feel really proud of what you've done. So thank you for that.
But also, just what you said then is massive, because those sorts of people are throwing big money. And for a club to take a stance that that's not good enough for us, we don't want to promote, but like the betting side of things, there are massive mental health issues that are related to that. There are breakdowns in so for a club to actually take the stand to go, do you know what, we know that it happens, we know it's out there, but we ourselves ethically, decency, we think that we don't really want to go that path. We've got a lot of young people coming through our gates that are seeing all of this thing, and just the way in which Exeter City, it's very good to see.
Indeed. and that's why I particularly point it out, and we're really pleased. So let's have a bit of fun. I said I get to know you quiz a little bit. Now I know that you wrote back to me and went, "Don't ask these questions," right? But I'm going to ask a few just to because obviously I know nothing about motorbikes. So I'm going to be honest.
Yep.
What's your favourite motorbike? Classic.
Have to be Vincent Black Shadow. Made in Britain. Vincent Black Shadow, made in Britain, 125 mile an hour top speed back in 1948. 1948, and this bike went 125. Everyone copied it, everyone looked at it, everyone around the world wanted to ape it. Incredible engineering. Stevenage in Hertfordshire up until 54, 55, I think that it stopped. But a remarkable piece of engineering. Lawrence of Arabia drove. It was just at a level. It was ridiculous.
Have you got one?
No, I wish I did. Oh, I wish I did. They are as rare as now, but they're just beautiful, beautiful bikes. And it's just that because we've got our history is all in, and what we do is in engineering. So to consider that there was just a group of guys in Stevenage that put something together that just blew everything out of the marketplace in almost a back shed, as they started out, and they took the world on one. And I just think it's incredible.
How much would one be worth?
150,000. If anyone's got one that they've seen in their back shed that they don't need any more, then drop it off by all means. It's not a problem. We'll look after it.
That question was asked by a guy called Tony, by the way. So I should have shouted out to him. And if you've got one in your shed, Tony, you've got a buyer just around the corner. He's got money waiting. Real money waiting.
Sold a scene.
Yeah, even if it's got a few brake problems, don't worry about that.
Doesn't matter. I can sort that.
What about a modern bike?
A modern bike, and I saw it yesterday. Actually, I was very fortunate enough to go up. I had a meeting yesterday in Solihull, so I was back up at the Norton factory. So Norton Motorcycles. So it would be their V4SV. It's just a V4 engine super bike. It looks amazing. Stood in the corner of it. It is utterly beautiful. Chrome bodywork. Just a real piece of British engineering. The frame has been made by a company called Spondon that Norton bought. So it's got all aluminium tubing around the bike. Beautifully welded. Just a stunning bike. We're very fortunate that we supply them all the brake hoses for every Norton that's built. So I might have a little bit of a vested interest, but it is absolutely beautiful. And it's one of the oldest bike brands in the world. It's got real kudos. Norton's a phenomenal brand. Everyone loves it. It's had some hard times over the years, but it will always be going. It's very much like Exeter City. There is, times when it's down and we're not happy with it, but we always bounce back. There's that history behind Exeter City that no one can overcome. It will always be a part of this city. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah, there is a defiance there. So
absolutely. And there's also Norton began back in 1902, which is the same year that St. Sidwell's Football Club started. So there is some synergy between the two facts as well. So maybe there's something in the back of my mind that points me in the direction of Norton with this 1902 year.
Indeed. Oh, cool. I am going to look for pictures of them now and do a bit of self-learning. And if you have you been to the bike shed in London?
I have, yes, on a few occasions. Yeah, every time I'm up in London, I like to have a look through the door. There's some beautiful things in there as well. It's a bit too. I'm 50 this year. It's probably a little bit too hipster for me. I don't have a ponytail. In fact, I don't have a lot of hair. So I don't know if I'd be allowed to go in because I don't wax a beard. But it's very hipster and cool. But yeah, nice place to go.
I'm just thinking if it's Charlton away or somewhere like that, you could drop in there. I did it on the way to a Guns N' Roses concert. It was brilliant. So if
Absolutely.
bikers haven't been, please do go. So I've even got a biker cap somewhere. I should have worn it today, actually. You'll notice I haven't worn a shirt today. So another few useless facts. How many shirt sponsors do you think Exeter have had?
Well, over the years,
Yeah.
40, 50, do you think?
No. Interestingly, lower, a lot lower. You're in a very interesting club. So I will get this wrong, right? But you are with Jewson, Carling Black Label. Who could forget TAJ Hibbard?
Yeah.
Face of Books, Carpet Right, Flyby, Concept Incorporated, ALC Windows, Exeter Friendly Finance, the Football Yearbook, and I believe Food Giant, because I've seen a picture of a shirt that I've never seen before with Food Giant. So there's only 12, I make it. That's quite not many, is it?
Well, and also interestingly, the first one that you said, so the first sponsor, TAJ Hibbard, local electrical engineering. So in fact, the first one was in engineering, but electrical and local. And the current one is going to be local and in engineering. So that actually works quite well. But that, I think everyone remembers that on the front of an Exeter City shirt. I don't think I've remembered Food Giant. I don't know if they still go. Do they? I think there was something to do with Summerfield. I think Summerfield bought them out and amalgamated them into everything else. So Food Giant's a bit of a strange one.
I did a bit of research trawling on eBay.
Yeah.
And saw a picture, but I'm not sure. So if anybody's got a Food Giant shirt, please send me a picture.
We want to see a photo. We want to see you a photo. Well, in fact, if you've got any of those earlier ones, it would be lovely to see people wearing them. You must have them tucked away.
I've got about 20 of various shirts, but I'm sure that if you do the retro day, you would have seen an amazing amount of shirts.
Brilliant.
And I would have done the Yatesism. I would have missed some. So
someone will tell us. Someone will tell us. Someone will definitely tell us.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting a tweet as soon as I put this out there. So
have you seen on the Exeter City on their Facebook page and I think on their Twitter of the photos of fans around the world that send in pictures of them wearing the shirts very proudly, but around the globe.
You've just you know.
Sorry.
You ripped my mind because I was going to sort of say exactly that because I've seen and you're going to see your shirt in an amazing place. Please don't say what I said. Right, I love the mug, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's share that mug. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
We need to get them in the shop, Exeter City.
Absolutely, we can do that. We can do that. We can send you one for your podcasts as well.
That would be brilliant. I'd love that. I'd love that.
No problem.
And I know that I've shared where I'm going to be wearing one of your shirts as soon as I get hold of it. That will come out. Watch this space in about 6 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a very special place. But please, everybody, buy the new shirt. Get HEL out there. It's an Exeter company. It's a hell of a company. I've got to say that. Also, I want to say thank you to you because you sponsored one of the prizes at the Brian McDermott evening, didn't you?
Yes, indeed. Yes.
And that was a very generous prize. And I have to say, at that point, when we got all the prizes, my bad, because I live out of the area, I didn't know about you. So I went and did some research and quickly realised what a great organisation you are.
Lovely. Thank you.
But one of the guys, one gentleman bid on them, but a lot of people turned around, please don't be offended, and went, who are HEL?
Yeah.
So I actually think you've done a really great business move because, as you know, Exeter fans are all around the world, right? And there will be Exeter fans wearing your shirts all over the place. So, and I would say it's a local brand. Make sure that it happens, please, everybody, because you've put a considerable investment into us. So thank you.
And it was important. It was very important for us to do that because it wasn't about a sales pitch. It wasn't, to sell more product. It really wasn't for that reason that we've done this, because you put the money into MotoGP or to World Superbikes or something specific. But sometimes that gets lost. So if I asked you to name 20 brands that you see on the side of a Formula One car, you'd probably struggle. You might get two, probably one, the main sponsor, and the rest are lost. For us, it was just about the opportunity to do something in our local city, in our county. We're very proudly made in Exeter. We're very proudly made in Devon. We're very proud to be made in Britain. That's our three big things. And for us to actually do something to aid the club or push it forward without the pressures of the normal sponsor coming back to you saying, we haven't sold this hasn't done, we haven't got these sales, we haven't got this return on investment. The return on the investment for us is that we're from Exeter and we're sponsoring Exeter City. That's it. That was what we wanted. We wanted people of Exeter to know that we are in Exeter. We're very proud of being from Exeter, and we're very, very proud to be able to sponsor Exeter City's shirt for the next 3 seasons.
And I'm going to put a few little ideas out there. If somebody gets a picture of your shirt on riding a bike, send it across to us. We'll put it on the Twitter account. And also, have you got a parking place at the park for your bike on match day? Is that part of the deal?
No, I haven't, but I am sure I do have a parking space for my car, so I can always pop it in there. I can always take a motorbike along.
Excellent.
I won't take the lorry along. I know they quite like the lorry there on. There's a couple of days coming up for the community. They quite like the lorry there for one of those, I think 2nd of July. But it's a big old beast. It really is. But yeah, they're trying to find out where they could fit it in. But it'd just be nice for people to see what we do, just walk through it, see what goes to the BSB meetings, and see what we get up to on a day-to-day basis, really.
And have you got a range of clothing?
We do. We have caps and T-shirts and all sorts of bits and bobs, and merchandise, as it were, yeah. There's lots of things that play on the HEL name. So, it's you either love it or you hate it. I know that there's a place in Poland called HEL, HEL. I was told about this last night. And for comical effect, I guess, the local bus route to HEL is 666. So unfortunately, a lot of people in the area, well, not a lot, I suspect just a few people with a lot more time on their hands than they should have they basically wanted it changed. So they've changed it to 669 to appease these people. So the new thing is called 669. But the route goes past one of the biggest nudist beaches in Poland on its way to HEL. So I don't know if they're going to be that impressed by the change of the name, but or the route number. But yeah, it was 666 to HEL, but they've had to change it.
Do you know what? I never thought I'd get nudist beaches and Lawrence of Arabia on a podcast for Exeter City. My life is complete now. I don't think I can top that in any shape or form. So
just going quickly, if I could just go quickly back to the shirt sponsorship, the different people. Yeah. Massive thank you to Carpet Right, because they did stand in at a time where it was just and for whatever reason and things happened, but Carpet Right, I believe as a company, they really did the right thing. We weren't in that place at that time. We weren't in the conversations, but it was lovely to see another big company, but that do have local links, stepping up to the mark and saying, no, do you know what? We will do this. We will push it forward, and let's have a conversation. So massive thank you to Carpet Right for what they've done over the last few seasons. And we're very pleased that they're not doing it going forward, because it's given us the opportunity. But massive thank you to them for stepping in at that time.
Do you know what? any other business and closing statements for the podcast is just in shreds now, because you said that really well. And I was going to say something. That's all right. You said it something similar. Look, we've had a great conversation. I'm conscious of, it's a Friday and it's a business day. It's one of the hottest days of the year. You must be working hard down there.
It's good.
I'm delighted that you've come on. I wanted to say thank you. Exeter fans, let's make it a hell of a season. HEL shirts, sea of red and white. Let's clear the shop out. Let's make it look better than Sunderland do. Everybody get yourself a shirt. Yeah? But don't get them too quickly, because I need one for my holiday photo. Right? It's very important.
You've promised me that photo, so yeah, we want to see that.
I know, and I tell you what, I'm telling you now, Nick in the shop doesn't get me one. I'm in real trouble now. So we shall see. Look, thank you for coming on. One other couple of things. I want to say a couple of thank yous for a few other things. Thank you to Irish Brian, who came on last week, and he talked about his madcap airline commuting from Ireland to watch Exeter, and his books. He's mad as a badger, and I love him. He's brilliant. So thank you to him. Also, community. Do you know about the 1931 club?
I don't know.
That's interesting. Okay. The 1931 club. This is started by a guy called Alan Crockford. £19 a month. And it's like buying a racehorse. You actually pay the wages of the number 31 player at Exeter, right? Or contribute. But not only that, we just sponsored £3,000 to the women's football team.
Yep.
And
brilliant.
We've got £22,000 money waiting, ready to invest in a player this season. So this is a little plug for Alan, who set this up. We've grown as a club. We're getting sellouts now. Yep. If we doubled that, we'd be getting £40,000 to £50,000. The world is the limit in terms of the type of player we can bring in. So please, people, for a community club, please do it. Excuse my sales pitch. I know you'd understand. So,
absolutely. And you can put us down for that. Get Alan to get in contact with us, and we'll certainly sign up for that. Absolutely. Not a problem.
Really? Wow.
Absolutely.
I shall do that after the pod.
Brilliant. Thank you.
How do you think we're going to do next season? Finishing question.
I think it's going to be a very good season. And I can't tell you why I think that. But just seeing the work that was put in this year and the changes, manager coming in, that always takes a little bit of time to get used to things. There aren't massive changes to personnel and those on the pitch, not huge. And I think it was a really good, you need it in everything, especially in business. You need a year to just sit back, relax, take stock of everything you've done, work everything out, work out the way in which you do things, the plan, the method going forward. And then you have a year of that growth. And then you sit on that and you wait. And I think it's going to be a catalyst for a great season. I really do. I don't know why I think that, but from what I've seen, some of the matches I've been to, I just think it's going to be a great season. I really do.
And can I ask, have you ever been to a trust meeting?
No, I haven't. No, we're signed up for trust membership, but I haven't as yet.
Because I think there's some real scope there with business acumen in terms of skill sets. Because bear in mind, people are volunteers. All right, you're a businessman. I'm a businessman. Run my own company like you, and I think there's some real opportunity to facilitate and help with the direction. And it wouldn't take a lot of time.
No,
because I think it's mindset, and I think
it is. And you've got a different way of doing things, and I've got a different way of doing things, and then different businesses are at different levels and do things in different ways, and we all throw that into a pot, and what comes out is brilliant because you can pick and choose the bits that you really love and bits that would work. So yeah, I think it's probably very worthwhile. Very worthwhile.
So I'll send you some info. Look, we've been almost 40 minutes. I'm conscious of your time. Thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to a cap and a mug because I'm going to try and get one. I'm going to introduce you to Alan. Oh, he's got his hat on. There we go.
There we go. There's an advert for it.
Absolutely brilliant. Hold on. I've lost my phone. Put that back on. I'm going to take a picture of you. Hold on. We'll have a bit of fun at the end. Hold on. I am really good at it. There we go. Thanks for coming on.
Pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. And also, firstly, massive thank you to everyone who listens to this. It is really important. It keeps the conversation going. It talks about Exeter City and it keeps it front of mind all the time. Thank you very much to all those fans who come every week because you know what you make Exeter City. You make it what it is. It is brilliant. My memories of Exeter City are not being in the big bank, but watching the big bank, and the place bounces when we're drawing, when we're winning, when we're losing. It bounces. It is remarkable. It is awe-inspiring for the team, and it certainly puts the opposition off. And it's one of those brilliant places that we've got in the heart of our city. We've got the big bank. There's nowhere like it.
And if we add to that, here's a challenge. Add to that the Adam Stansfield this season, it'll be even more of a challenge.
Oh, so, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming on. You've been absolutely brilliant.
Pleasure. Thank you, Al, and thank you very much indeed to everyone listening.